Hey guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm doing 101 workout basics. I decided to film this today. I did try filming it earlier, but my next door neighbour was doing renovations and all you could hear was the hammer in the background and drills going, so I got a little bit too frustrated and stopped there, and now I'm in my bedroom filming it later in the evening. So without further ado, let's get into it. We got Mr. Victor sleeping on my bed over there. Okay, but first up, what are your goals? What are you training for? Are you training to lose fat? Do you just want some weight loss? Do you want to get stronger? Do you want to get bigger? Do you want to get more powerful? Are you after more speed? What's your goal? You have to define your goal for yourself. I can't do that for you. Alright, next up, so I've made a list here, so that's why I keep looking down there. Sorry about that. Okay, next up is exercise. Okay, so with your exercises, you have to pick your exercise selection for your goals and for your purpose of training. Now, do you have to do a regression of an exercise or a progression of an exercise? Do you know how to perform the exercise? Have you got the correct technique? Do you need to watch a YouTube video on that technique, or do you have to get a coach, hire someone to teach you to do it properly so you don't hurt yourself? Okay, my third tip. What the hell? Okay, my third tip to let you guys know more about 101 workout basics is sets, reps, and rest. Okay, so I know that seems quite straightforward and pretty obvious, but some people don't really know much about this at all. So when we write 3 by 10, it's always sets first and then reps. So we perform 10 repetitions 3 times. Okay, and generally we rest between 90 seconds to 2 minutes for most bodybuilding movements, and after that, it's normally 2 to 5 minutes for anything more strength-based. And when you go for 1 rep max attempts, you just you just need to rest as much as you can or as much as you need to in order to get the most out of you mentally. When it comes to lifting heavy weight, it's all in your head, guys. Okay, fourthly, you have to understand the FIT principle. So we have frequency, intensity, time, and type. So frequency is just how many times a week or a month or a year you're going to perform something. Next is intensity. So that's simply just at what intensity are you going to be performing these exercises. A light intensity, a moderate intensity, a high intensity, and so forth. Okay, next up is our time/duration. So how long will you exercise for? How much rest do you need in between sets? It's just things like that. Okay, next up is type. What type of exercise will you be doing? Are you going to be doing more strength-based exercise, a more muscle building exercise, a more power-based movement exercise, just things like that. Okay, number 5, you have to learn what intensity, frequency, and volume are. So intensity is the amount of weight that's been lifted. Now that normally comes in between either an intensity based off a 1 rep max. So generally most people train at 50 to 85%. And on super heavy days they go from 90% plus. Okay? And another way to measure intensity is RPE, so rate of perceived exertion, and this is normally on a scale. I just go from 1 to 10, how easy does it feel? Simple as that. Studies are starting to find out that RPE might actually be better. He's just making strange noises over there. So RPE might actually be better. So rate of perceived exertion for how hard we are working, because everybody has good days and everybody has bad days. So rather than saying with the intensity we have to go 60% or 85% for 8 reps, if we don't get that 85% for 8 reps, we're all going to feel pretty shit. And especially if we're having a bad day, we just won't do it. We might finish the workout and end it and call it quits there. But if we do rate of perceived exertion, on a bad day, say instead of doing 85%, we actually did 75% and still did the 8 reps, that is better training quality overall. Because it's better to do that than to not to train at all and crack the shits. Okay, next up is periodization. So most beginners should start a linear periodization program. So all that means is that over time we increase intensity, we increase the frequency, we increase the volume, we get stronger and bigger, and it goes up like this. So essentially all programs are linear based. but that's what beginners should do. So say you can bench press 50 kilos. Every week you might try and add 2.5 kilos to it, or perform another, like 2 to 3 reps every week. It's just small little increments like that that really help in the long run. Okay, next up, please warm up, guys. You only have one body, you only get one pair of joints. Please warm up, play it safe. Do your core activation exercises to increase the stiffness. So that increases the stiffness in your core, back, everything. You need to be doing that. If you're not doing that, start doing it today. So Professor Stu McGill teaches you how to do all of his core exercises. I highly recommend his core exercises to perform. He has the McGill Big 3. And then there's another physiotherapist I like called Dr. Andrew Locke, and he has a lot of good shoulder exercises to do. So that's called the Locke Big 3. Definitely check out their YouTube channels and Instagrams. Okay, now tips. These are basically bonus tips that I would like you guys to know. Okay, number 1, get a workout log. So basically, write what you do. Is it working for you, or isn't it working for you? Do you enjoy it, or don't you enjoy it? I never ever did this, and as soon as I started doing this, my progress went so much higher, and I was so much better with it, because in our heads we say, oh yeah, I'll just remember the weight I used last week, but we don't, guys. When you work out for a long, long time, you don't, okay? Okay, next up, read book and articles about it. If you're really interested in this kind of stuff, weight training, sport-specific training, just read more, read some articles, do your own research, alright? Alright, next up, follow quality content on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, to learn from other people who know more than you. That's the best way to improve, guys. There's always someone else who knows more than you, and there's always someone else who's more superior in that field. Okay, so learn from someone else. So if you're watching this, you're learning from someone else who knows, hopefully, more than you, which is a good thing. Okay, next up. Have a schedule. When do you perform best? When are your best workouts? Are they in the morning? Are they in the middle of the day? Are they after work? Can you only train at night time? Can you only train before work? Just do what's best for you, okay? You have to do what fits your schedule. So don't worry about, oh, I'm strongest in the evening because of my circadian rhythms. Don't worry about that, okay guys? Spend however long you want in the gym and train when you can train. That's all that matters, guys. As long as you're working out, it's better than nothing. Even though it may not be optimal compared to the scientific literature, it doesn't matter, okay guys? Something's better than nothing. Alright, get a coach. If you can afford a personal trainer or a strength coach or an exercise physiologist, or I'm an exercise scientist myself, if you can afford people like us, get a coach. It's definitely one of the best things you can do to learn proper technique, to not get injured, and just to get educated on everything that you need to know. Alright, and my final tip is, if you're new to working out, don't do bro splits. So bro splits are your typical arm day, back day, chest day, shoulder day, leg day, ab day. Alright, those days were invented by steroid users, and they're able to do an insane amount of volume and exercises in one session and recover like that. Okay, as a natural, we have to maximize our muscle protein synthesis. So we need to be training our muscle groups at least twice a week, and most of the scientific literature recommends at least 10 sets per week per muscle group. So the best way to do that is an upper-lower split, full body workouts, or push-pull legs. Alright, so you don't have to do heaps of exercises, heaps of sets, heaps of volume. You don't always have to train at a high intensity, okay guys? Remember that, and also remember that different muscle groups can handle different intensities and frequencies, and each individual is different based on their muscle fiber type and their nervous system capabilities. Anyway guys, that's my workout 101 basics. If you learned something, make sure to subscribe and click like and comment below. I did my bachelor degree at Deakin University in exercise and sports science. I'm planning to do my master's degree in physiotherapy. If I get into it, my marks were very high, so I should But if not, doesn't matter. I'm on YouTube now. That's all I care about. Alright guys, stay tuned for more videos. I hope you learned something.